This list is going to be giving you 6 ways that you can ensure that your locks, traditional locks, sister locks, or micro locks, are all taken care of throughout this however long period of being in the house. Hello. Welcome back to my channel, my quarantine kings and queens. This is Locs with Kayla. I am Kayla. Don't forget to click like if you enjoy this video, and also subscribe to my channel so that you can be updated when my new videos are coming out. This week, I'm going to be tackling what everyone wants to know right now. How do I take care of my hair in quarantine? I am rocking my Dior Bright, my black tourmaline, and my African turquoise earrings and rings from Blues Traveling Jewels. You can find the link to her below. She's all handmade, beautiful energy, and can provide you with some sort of peace and healing throughout this stressful time. I'm gonna start this list off. There isn't a most important to least important format. I'm just gonna give you 6 things that I know that if you do, it will help your locks stay as healthy and as strong as possible. So number 1, even if you are fully mature, you need to start braiding and banding your locks again. So if you haven't gotten to the point where your locks are fully mature, this is going to be crucial for you right now, because you're not going to be able to go and get those grooming sessions or have your consultant look at your hair and be like, oh yeah, there's a little slippage here, let me correct that. So make sure that you're braiding and banding properly, and you can find a video on how to do that here, right there where that little eye is. And yeah, make sure that you're braiding and banding. Number 2, make sure that you are keeping your hair moisturized. So if you're someone who has never, since you had your locks, done anything to moisturize your hair, this will be the time. I recommend using at least rose water, if not sea breeze, tea tree oils, vitamin E oils. Don't go to any heavy oils like castor oil or coconut oil still. Just because you're in quarantine does not mean that you can do that. Still do not use any heavy oils that's going to cause buildup, because right now with all those roots being available, that's going to be prime buildup time. So make sure that you are moisturizing with something that is light, like a tea tree oil or a vitamin E oil, something that's water soluble, and just try and focus on your roots, not so much the strands. If you want to do a condition, you can also do a condition right now. If you're someone who's never conditioned before, go for it. Just make sure that your hair is not getting brittle, because brittle locks break easily. Number 3, make sure that you're keeping your locks separated. So just because we're in quarantine does not mean that you don't have to wash your hair. I had to tell myself this. I had to tell myself this too, because I'm like, you know what, I ain't going nowhere, nobody's seeing my hair, like whatever. But no, make sure you're washing your hair. If you're not washing it every week, at least do it every 2 weeks. And make sure that after you get out the shower that you're still separating your locks. So you separate them one by one. Individually go and pull them apart, because your locks will start to mat. If you typically mat in your regular retightening period, you're really gonna mat right now, because you're gonna have a lot of new growth, a lot of curls, a lot of roots that are just looking for something to cling on to. Make sure that you keep them separated. And a way that you can keep them separated even longer is by braiding and banding, which was number 1. So even if you leave your plaits in after you braid and band your hair, just don't take them out. And that was also number 6, just to jump there, skip around a little bit. Keep your hair in a protective style as much as possible. Even if you do some pipe cleaners, even if you do plaits, like I said, for a braid out, if you do bantu knots, 2-strand twists, just do something that keeps those locks that are typically thinner around your edges with another lock, so that it's not just sustaining all of that weight from that lock that is attached to your root by itself. There's strength in numbers. Number 4, wear a scarf or a bonnet around the house as much as possible. Even if you're going out, like right now I have my scarf on just to keep the moisture locked into my hair. When your hair is breathing, especially in the humid state of Florida, it can definitely get a little crazy up in there, whether it be too much dirt, too much sweat. If your hair dries out quicker from scarves like this, use a satin scarf. This is really temporary. I actually have something underneath this scarf, another scarf, but just keep your hair protected. Make sure that it's locked in, especially around your edges. Try and keep a silk scarf on there as much as possible. Don't be sleeping on cotton pillowcases without a scarf on. At least have your scarf or your bonnet. And number 5, be patient. Almost anything is fixable that's going to happen to your locks. If it does happen, almost anything is fixable. The only thing that's not fixable with my fingers is your density. If your hair is thin at the root or it becomes thin, that's the only thing that I'll be like, oh dang, that we have to work on that. But if your locks start to get thin in a spot, like on the shaft, if your hair slips out, if you notice slippage at the ends, if whatever that is grooming based, do not worry about it. Just be patient, let it go. Don't even think about it, because it really isn't going to help to think about it. Don't go and try and correct it yourselves. Just wait it out. Who knows how long this quarantine is going to be, but it's not going to last forever. And there's no point in stressing over something that you cannot change. So make sure that you are, if anything, taking notes, noticing what's going on. And like I said, keep your hair plaited so that there's strength in numbers and you're not making the lock worse than what it already was. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. I really hope that it's helpful. And please comment below if you have anything that you have been doing that you have noticed helping your locks throughout this quarantine. I'm sure hundreds of thousands of people would want to know. And I appreciate the loyalty, I appreciate the love, I appreciate you coming back, and I can't wait to see you all next week.